What is up, everybody? I'm back, and guess what else is back? A new Easy 8, and we're gonna check it out together. I'm pretty excited for this. Dokkan Battle posted this 5 hours ago, and obviously I was not up because that was 5 hours ago. And LR Divine Warriors and Infinite Power, Super Saiyan God Goku and Super Saiyan God Vegeta can be extremely awakened. After Extreme Awakening, the character's leader skill, passive skill, and super attack will be strengthened. Ooh. Okay, so uh, um, it's like impossible for them to be bad. So we're just gonna go ahead and just look at it. Uh, okay. So check this out. Their leader skills are not changing. Um, from what I can see, it's still 200%. Or am I wrong on that? I'm pretty sure they're the first 200% leads, and it's still 200%. So didn't it just say leader skill changed? Well, we're gonna have to go check that out. I just need to know. Are they serious? They gave them one key. On, can we take a look at that again? Instant replay? Let me get an instant replay on the track. They gave them one key. Really? That is the change? That is pretty sickening. Let me just go back just to make sure. 30%. One key. Hey, better than no key. I'll tell you that. Okay, so let's just so we're gonna look at the super attack. It's greatly excuse me, 50% raised to attack and defense. Stack greatly raises, causes mega colossal. So this is actually very good. Instead of it being 30%, they will now be stacking 50%. It's always good. And right here, just showing that. Let's continue. Yeah, so far, I expect them to stack. Like, this is standard. They're not doing anything colossal. So they get damage reduction rate 77% and launches an additional super attack for one turn. That's very good. So when you first see them, they're basically indestructible, I would think. And and launch an additional super. That's always good. So they start with 2 guaranteed supers, one for the key, one for this passive right, the first turn. This is only once. Key plus 2 attack and defense plus 100%, and guards all attacks for 7 turns. That is good. It gives them a chance to build up their stuff. So I would like to see what they look like in 7 turns. On that 8th turn, I want to see their basic effects: attack and defense plus 200%. That's standard. Receives an additional key plus 2 per type's key sphere obtained. Pretty standard, honestly. Nothing crazy there. It is good, 200%. That's always super good. For every key sphere obtained, okay, so their gas does. There's attack and defense plus 10% up to 77%. So basically, you need 8 key spheres for them to be at full power every turn. We'll see. We'll see what the rest looks like. Remember, they're gonna have to be next to someone that's changing the sphere. And honestly, key sphere changers are pretty mediocre right now. I guess there's like Gogeta and Vegeta can to a certain type. Yeah. For every rainbow key sphere obtained, chance of performing a critical hit 10%. This is good and bad because I would have just liked it to have 50% chance of crit instead of this. You gotta understand, having a full field of rainbow key is not good. On top of that, getting 3 or more key of rainbow orbs is actually kind of tough. Especially getting 5, like just getting 5, which is the max, but getting 5 is hard. You need basically 2 characters changing pieces to do that. It's like it's so rare that you could do it with one character. Alright, moving on. When attacking with 17 or more ki, launches an additional super, so basically on the first turn they will get 3 ki. When attacking with 20 or more ki, they get attacks effective against all types, launches an additional super attack. So, you know, the big circle goes up to 24 ki, so they slightly need a little more than, they basically need 1 extra ki after their ultra. Which this is extremely good. Very, 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 very good. Especially this attack effective against all types. That's super. Along with this gas guzzling that they got going on, pretty. So they do 1 for the key, 1 for this passive. That's 2, 3, 4. So on the first turn, they launch potentially 4 supers, which is very good. Remember, they're stacking. They stack. That's a very good combination. Very, very extremely good. I would, on these guys, I would go dodge, because transform. We'll see what that looks like. They massively raise attack and greatly raise defense. This is after they transform. So that's kind of standard. I kind of expected them to have that. They don't stack anymore. That could be a thing. And I'm assuming it does it on both. This is a better right here. Okay, so they massively raise attack and greatly raise defense. So this is 100% buff. And anytime you see massively, it's 100. Anytime you see greatly, it's 50. So 100% attack and 50% for 1 turn. And then on their ultra super attack, 100% to attack and defense for 4 turns. That's pretty good. So they can stack twice, and on the 3rd turn, so basically they could get the 3rd. I guess they get 3. They stack 3 times. First turn, 2nd turn. Pretty good. Okay, let's check this out. So, okay. Damage reduction rate 77%. Attack and defense plus 300%. Pretty good. Usually. Let's take a look at the new LR gods. Probably don't need. But, yeah, 200% here. So, you know. Receives an additional key plus 2 per key sphere obtained. Mind you, it's key sphere and not rainbow sphere. That's incredibly good. Attacks are effective against all types. Usually Gogeta characters have stuff like that. But they're not Gogeta, but they do fuse into Gogeta. Guards all attacks. This is all their base effects, so they get this. 50% chance of performing a critical hit. Very good. 30% chance of evading enemy's attack. Medium means 30. Changes key spheres into rainbow. Okay. Okay. That's good. They give themselves the rainbow key. For 4 turns for the character's entry turn, randomly changes a key sphere to a certain type included to rainbow. Oh. So they double change. Okay, this is interesting that they're doing it like this because the Gohan and the Cell that came out, both of them do the same thing except for they do it with their actual type orbs. This is actually really good. So getting 5 rainbow spheres will be easy. Like you don't need to put them with someone that does. This is very good. I like this so far. For every key sphere obtained, attack and defense plus 10%, up to 100%. Pretty good. But the problem here is, if they're changing everything to rainbow, you obviously want the. Let's just continue. I'll get it. For every rainbow key sphere obtained, chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading enemies' attack 10%. So mind you, they already have 30% here. So they could potentially go up to 80% dodge, and they could potentially go up to 100% critical hit, which is good. So they'll be smacking pretty hard. But the gripe I'm having now, okay, let me just finish. I'm already having a gripe. 7 or more key sphere, that's pretty good. 7 or more, wow. Because 7 is like not even a super. So they do a super even if you don't have enough key, because a super is 12 key. Then the ultra super is 18 key. It's funny how this one's 7, so we'll be able to super pretty much very easily. Launches an additional super attack when attacking with 20 or more key. Launches an additional super attack, so this is basically their 3rd super already. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 24 key, attack plus 50%. This actually might be massive, but we'll see about that. This will be very easy. And when attacking, performs a critical hit and launches an additional. I don't know why they got different pictures. So yeah, and launches an additional super attack when the enemy's HP is 50% or more. Okay. So I guess like they want you to be able to finish them fast when their enemy is about to die. And then when receiving an attack, evades enemy's attack when HP is 50% or less. So when they're about to die, they just don't die. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is really good. This is really good. If you could pair this with a character that can foresee super attacks, and we got 2 of them from the 10th anniversary, this would actually, because you could just dodge, you can see where the super dodge is. Okay, so I'm liking them, but the only problem I'm seeing here is this rainbow key sphere obtained thing. You can only get 5. So this can only go up to 5. Now, I understand they have double change, but double changing is actually bad. Because when you have the whole field of rainbow key, you can mess it, because it colludes with this right here. For every key sphere obtained, if you want 5 rainbow spheres, you have to take 5 spheres. Like, if the whole field is becoming rainbow, you're not ever going to get key spheres. That's the problem I'm having. Like in a regular game when you're fighting, it's likely you could get 2 or 3. You know? 2 or 3, and then you'll get like 8 orbs altogether, and then you'll get 2 or 3 rainbows. So on the regular, I can see them having 60% chance to dodge on the regular. And they'll have some of this. Getting 10 spheres, let's be serious, guys. Getting 10 spheres is hard. Like, usually one character will be able to get, like, 10 spheres. Either will struggle, or they'll get lucky and get their super. Like, that's just how it goes. Unless you have, like, actual dangers on your team. But them having double rainbow changing, I feel like, because the problem with this is they're changing into rainbow, and the second effect is changing everything except enter. So you're more likely to never get all of this. You're more likely to always get this, which obviously you want this at 80%. You want 8 of them. I mean, you want 5 of them because you can't get 8. You can get 5 rainbow keys. And that's another issue. So basically, the maximum for this will be 50. You'll always see this at 50 if this is proccing. This is kind of colluding with this second effect rate. They're still good. I need to see what their stats look like because I'll be real, guys. They have no damage reduction. That's a huge fucking problem. Like, they get it for 1 turn. 1 turn is nothing. I'd rather them just dodge that 1 turn instead of taking it. They already guard, like, it's good. This is, I'm not complaining over this, but they're basically a dodge character. Why isn't this just dodge for the first? Like, the Gogeta and Vegito. Pretty sure they dodge on the first. Or maybe Vegito's the one that dodges on the first. And I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact Vegito, LR Tech Vegito dodges his first turn when he goes blue. That first turn. UI Goku does it too. First turn, the first turn he's in battle, he dodges. Why can't they dodge? Their whole kit wants to evade. Why are they not evading? They're evading here 30%. I feel like this should be a 50%. Not even gonna hold you. I feel like this, I guess they didn't want to make it too crazy. Like they want to like make you earn this, but this is like colluding with each other. I feel, and it is because when you play the game, if you got another Gogeta, guess what he's gonna do? Change shit to rainbow. Because that's what Gogetas like to do. Change everything to rainbow. So overall, I'm gonna start giving them ratings. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. This is a big problem. Because you're never gonna get, I mean, for 4 turns, you're gonna get the, but they're not stacking. It would be interesting. I mean, we are gonna get into the era. I've predicted it before that we're gonna start seeing characters do double ultra supers instead of doing supers. We've seen that with the 10th anniversary LRs. They do double supers because they only have an ultra. I mean ultras. They only have an ultra super. And I could see more of that happening. I had a feeling these guys would get something like that, but I guess not. I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10. This seems like a big issue for me. Like, guys, you gotta understand. The stats matter now. This character has no damage reduction. It's relying on dodge. Now, its kit is very good. Just because, like, this double changing is ridiculous. Because this is here. Like, it's ridiculous because you want the rainbow. You want the rainbow. So I think that, like, if I was designing this, I would just have this be a high chance, and then this would be up to 70%, and then I would have gave them like 20% damage reduction up. Because this is colluding. This is all colluding. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then look at this. More collusion. 7 or more key spheres. If everything is rainbow, where are you getting 7 spheres? Do people think about this? How are you getting 7 spheres if they're changing everything to rainbow? Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm pointing out the obvious here. This is colluding with its own effect. Or, like, it's making... I'm about to give them a 7 out of 10. Let me just stop. I need to see their stats. This is all going to matter about their stats. They're going to be able to hit 3 supers a turn. And then the hit of potential, they're going to be hitting like 4 or 5 supers. On the first turn, they can hit 4. With the hit of potential, that's 5. If you do. I gave mine addition. I'm pretty sure. Anyone that stacks, I usually. Um, so if they stacked 5 times in one turn, their stats might be insane because their stats are like really crazy already. So I'm gonna have to see their stats to really like judge them. But this right here is all polluting on its own. Kind of crazy. Let's move on to. Let's take a look here. So 50% attack and defense causes Mega Colossal. Okay. So they stack 50%. These guys have 77% damage reduction rate on the character entry turn, and launches an additional super attack for 1 turn. He +2 attack and defense plus 100%, and guards all attack for 7 turns. Basically, this effect. Base effects: attack and defense plus 200%. Receives an additional key +2 per key type you're obtained. This is like the same. Every key sphere obtained, attack and defense, but this is all the same. Every key sphere obtained, attack and defense 10% up to 77%. For every rainbow key sphere obtained, chance of performing critical hit 10%. When attacking with 17 or more key, launches an additional super attack, so they don't even need to hit their 18 key to get a super. When attacking with 20 or more key, attacks are effective against all types, launches on the first turn they could hit 1 for their key, 2 here, 3, 4, just like that one. They're basically exactly the same. I kind of don't like that. And hold on, let's zoom in. The massive key +1. Oh my god, they changed the leader skill so much. Key +1. Oh, so good. Key +1. Yep. So yeah, they greatly stack attack and defense, or I should say 50% to attack and defense with that. 100% raises attack and 50% raises defense. Damage reduction rate 77% for 1 turn. Attack and defense 300%. Receives an additional key +2 per key sphere obtained. Attacks are effective against all types. Guards all attacks. 50% chance of performing a critical hit. Launches an additional super attack. Or sees enemy super attack. Holy shit! And that is non-conditional. That is guaranteed. You're getting this all the time. That's crazy. So I'm thinking, like, is this forever or is this only when he's on the field? Because that matters. I'm pretty sure this is just activates and you can see it all the time. This is crazy. This is actually insane. He's automatically better. Alright, let's move on. For 4 turns from the character's entry turn, randomly changes key sphere of a certain type to rainbow key sphere. Okay, here we go again. For every key sphere obtained, attack and defense plus 10% up to 100%. Alright, you see, okay, see, alright, hold on. I'm just gonna point out that you see how they did not fumble like the other ones? Let's go to the other ones. Instead of them having foresees enemy supers, they have changes key spheres into rainbow, and then they double up on them. And then they want key spheres. I don't know what. Yeah, that's all I want to keep. Oh my god, I just clicked that. I'll be like, oh my. Okay, here we go. So yeah, randomly changes key sphere of a certain type to rainbow key. Very good. Attack and defense. I read that. I'll read it again. Attack and defense plus 10% for up to 100%. For every rainbow key obtained, chance of performing a critical hit and damage reduction 10%. This used to be 7%. So this is a little better. This is actually way better because he's getting this. He can foresee the enemy's super attack. So you could potentially just throw him in front of it. If you pair him with the gods, I mean, you probably don't. I mean, yeah, you don't want this conflicting. Like, I like how they did this. Like, they didn't double up and waste a slot. But he's better all around. Um, because he got this. Um, but this, remember, getting Rainbow Key. If you want this to be 50%, you can't get this. That's the problem I'm having. Now, that's really the case for the LR Blue Boys. That's their issue. He's not double changing. So you don't want another type changing unless it's a key sphere type. You don't want another rainbow changer. So him by himself, the standard is getting like two, three rainbows. I'll say three is common. You'll get three a lot. So let's just say he has 30% damage reduction and 80% chance of crit. Pretty good. Pretty good. Especially when he's throwing out. He's probably going to be throwing out 20 million suits. No lie. And this, I don't know how crazy this will. Because he got the 300 here. Because we can see on Vegeta. I'm using Vegeta as an example. When he attacks, he gets 200, so that's 400. And we know he hits pretty hard. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 24 key, attack 50%. See, I wish this was different. It's exactly the same as the other ones. I wish this said 20% damage reduction. Alright, moving on. When receiving an attack, damage reduction rate 50% within the turn when HP is 50% or less, once only. You see this sign? That means once only. When receiving a super attack, great chance of nullifying it, countering it with tremendous power. That is non-conditional. And then for once, nullifies it and counters it with tremendous power when facing one enemy, and the enemy's HP is 50% or less. So instead of them him doing a guaranteed crit and super, he just nullifies the super, which I actually really like this. So you could pick and choose when you want to proc it towards the end of battle. I think this guy is effectively better in every way. Now, the thing is, between both of them, he's better as a character, but they have the better leader skill. Power Beyond Super Saiyan, that is like a very huge category. And then Movie Heroes, another huge category. I must say, I really like this. That's the old one. I don't know where the new one. But it doesn't even matter because it's basically the same. They're right here. But it's really good so far from what I'm seeing. That, that key plus one. That key plus one, their leader skill, like, gargantuan. Everything else is good. I'm gonna give Gogeta a 9. 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give them an 8 out of 10. How effective they are, I mean, they're gonna be throwing out supers left and right in base, which that is good. That's gonna give them, like, really good head start. But we need to see what the stats look like, because in hard fights, they one-shot. They will one-shot you. And if their stats, like, they would have to be at, like... Their stats would have to be crazy. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, their stats have to be fucking crazy. To back this up. Because they are good, but are they defensively good? And that is the problem. I probably think Gogeta is gonna be a little more defensive, because he could see the super, they can't. So like they could probably get smoked in a hard fight. If you don't get that dodge, and remember, a lot of the characters that you fight, they disable evade. So what are they doing? What are they doing if they can't evade? Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate the support. Make sure you drop a like if you like this, and make sure you subscribe if you have not. Turn on notifications if you want to hear more from me, and I do stream often. Yo, check me out. Check out the stream. Anyway, have a great day, and I'm out. Peace.